Oh, it's a beautiful sight, isn't it? But seriously, I've been doing a lot of grinding on this thing. A lot of just digging and working away, trying to make this thing bigger. I've got this next row in over here. So I've got a second column, this guy over here. I think I was right to make the call about them needing to be 7 by 7. This one was 5 by 5 in the last video, and I bulked it out to 7 by 7. I think they look a lot better like this together. Of course, I'm going to need to get an idea of more space than this to really know for sure. But I think these are looking pretty good right now. Uh, I've decided for right now I'm just going to stick to digging straight down right here where I've got my scaffolding to climb up and down. And I'm going to take this right down to Y17 so that I can get a scale shot of the height of these pillars. And after I get this one down that far, I'll get the opening with the pillar down that far. And then after that, I've got plans to actually form up the pillar and make it look nicer than just a 7 by 7 square. And that'll give us a good idea on how to shape these going forward. I've got some ideas for the ceiling in here too, what I want to do. I'm afraid I might be a little too high up though, because I'm at Y53 here. So I think I've only got about 10 blocks before I hit the surface. It might even be less than that, because this staircase right here only does 2 rotations, and then I'm up in my base. So I don't have much room to work here. Depending on how I decide to shape these, I might wind up just not doing this top section here, and this section I'm on right now will become the top row. But I'll have to see how that goes when I've got this dealt with. That's not what we're going to do today though. In today's video, I actually need to go down another level. We're going to work on that spider farm. I mentioned in the last video how I didn't quite like the rates I was getting on it, and I've got some ideas on how to improve it. So right now I'm just gonna talk about my ideas. I haven't looked any tutorials up on how to do these things. I'm sure there are probably better ways than how I'm going to try to go about it, but I wanted to at least try my own thing first, breaking off from this design that I've got here, just to see where I can go with it and what I can do. And the initial idea I had was to take, well, essentially take the roof off of this. I like this water blade that I'm using here. You can't really see it from this angle, but showed it in the other video. I'll show it again right now. This water blade right here. I like this and how it keeps the spiders from climbing up the walls. I think if I use something like that on these chambers, I might not even need a ceiling. I'll probably put one on anyways. But if I have something like this, they won't be able to climb the walls and get stuck in the chambers. Apart from that, I'm thinking instead of using water to push them to a single point and then moving them up a bubble vader and then along a water stream to a collection tube like this, I think I'm just going to try to drop them straight down onto a platform that is 14 blocks below, and then I'll have pistons holding back water that will wash them into a collection point occasionally, a lot like these, but instead of putting them into a singular point like this and dropping them down a tube, I am going to instead bring the tubes over and collect them right around here where I have to stand for them to spawn, and I'll just use water to push them into a single point. I'll probably try to use a design like I have here on this corner, because I seem to rarely ever get hit right here. So I'll try to make this the sort of area where the spiders group up, and I'll use this to get the XP and the drops from them. That's my idea anyways. How it'll work in practice, I'm not entirely sure, but you might be able to see from my inventory, my tools are breaking and I'm almost out of food, so I need to go do some grinding real quick. Ooh, look what we got here. Alright, so I think we made out pretty well from that. We got plenty of redstone. That stuff always comes in handy, so it's good to have a lot of it on hand. Got over 2 stacks of coal, good to have. Almost 2 stacks of iron, also good to have. Almost a stack of lapis, that's pretty good. Only 15 diamonds. I gotta find a better way to get diamonds around here. But I did make a new diamond pickaxe, so that's gonna be good. And I got Silk Touch on it. It's my first Silk Touch tool on this server. I'm not entirely sure what I'm gonna use it for yet. I might just start hoarding ore blocks until I get a fortune pick and then can get more ores out of them. That's probably what I'm going to use it for. But digging out the mine, I might use it to get stone because I'm planning on using a lot of stone bricks and that saves me coal. So I think I made out pretty well. Made more food too. So I'll bring this stuff up top and then we'll get started working on the spider farm. Alright, so I've gathered all my things and I'm back here at the spider farm. I think I've got everything I'll need for now. I've got plenty of redstone. I shouldn't run out. I say that now, I probably will. But I've got an idea in my head of how this is going to work and I forgot my water buckets. I'll be right back. Alright, water buckets in hand this time. I should be ready. I've got everything I need. I made some levers because I realize I'm going to need something to keep these redstone lamps on while I'm working on this because I'm not going to remove these. I'm going to leave them where they are. So I'm just going to start tearing stuff apart, and seeing as I've got all this glass in this build, this Silk Touch pick might just come in handy somewhere. So let's get started. Alright, so I've got the top off of this one now and I got all the water out of it. Now, if I'm remembering this correctly, mobs only spawn within the block that this spawner sits on and the one above it. I think those are the ones they spawn in. They might only spawn level with it, or it might be below it. I might be completely wrong. But I know they spawn on level with it, so that's the one I'm going to count by. I'm going to count... I think I'm going to count 13 blocks down. Because if they do spawn in the air block above it, then I would rather have mobs be 2 hits to kill instead of losing half of them to fall damage. Because the whole point of this is to get more XP out of it, not more items. I'm not all too concerned about the items. I've got plenty of string. But yeah, I've got plenty of string and spider eyes, so I'm not worried about that. So, now I just gotta dig straight down for 13 blocks. Although I'm already down 2, so, 11 blocks. Make it nice and easy. Alright, let's go. Alright guys, I thought I'd give you a little update. I can't even remember where I left off. It's been more than a day for me. I've had to do so much more testing on this thing than I thought I would. First of all, we've got a really big hole. And the ceiling's gone. I'm pretty sure that was already gone, but we got a big hole. So my plan... I'm realizing that this is going to be less efficient moving the spiders than it was before, but I think it's going to be more efficient overall just with the design. So the plan is to just drop the spiders straight from up there down here, get the damage on them, and then we're going to release this line of water that I have here. Right now I have access to the wiring in the back. I'll show you that in a second. The water is going to run down. We've got, we've got 8, no, 1, 2, we got 8 blocks here. I'm going to need to adjust that. But right now we've got 8 blocks. The plan is get it to run down just to the point, oh no, I did do it right. Because this one should be 7, yes. Have the water run all the way down to the edge, to the point where it doesn't run. This one's going to go down, create a secondary water stream. Goes around a corner and down, and we're going to push the spiders out this way. So that's going to be less efficient overall than the other one, because by the point they get to about here they can start fighting the water a little better. But this should still work. Now how I'm operating this is with a redstone hopper timer. I've got this thing timed out to give a little... a good little bit of time for the spawning, and then the second that the water, oh wait, the second that the water is let out, it's going to turn on the lights and stop the spawning. So when the water is running and pushing the spiders out of the way, the spiders aren't going to be falling from up there. But what this is going to do is it's going to eliminate me needing to run back and forth between the spawning and the killing. And it's also going to stop spiders from dropping into the water and negating all damage. There might be a couple that still drop into the water, because how I'm getting the signal up to the lights is through a torch tower. You can kind of see it right there. Did I just break? How did I break that? I've got amazing reach. I'm like Mr. Fantastic. But it goes up straight to the lights at the top. You can see my current wiring to those. It reaches all of them. I have everything turned off right now, so these aren't going to be up when those are on normally. But you can see that I have the system locked right here. So when these are on, these can't move back and forth and the timer is going to be stopped. So basically, by controlling these, I can just put a switch up there somewhere, turn the whole machine off anytime I want, and I can also run a wire up to the lights up there and shut it off that way as well. So I don't have to have water running and I don't have to have spiders spawning. I'm not entirely sure how all this is going to work as of right now, but if I have everything wired up how I think it is, all I should be doing at this point is just building this up, making sure the water streams work, and then building a new elevator to take the spiders from this point up to a point where I can kill them around here. Oh, I also cleared out the old water elevator. So this is all open now. The other one is still just as it was. I haven't touched it yet, but once this one is working, I'm going to have this one shut off for the whole testing process. When this one is working, I'll just mirror the whole build and build it up to attach over here. And all should be good with that. So I'm going to keep working, and then I'll update you guys in a little bit, or in a while. Who knows, this process has been taking a long time. I am definitely out of the redstone game. I haven't done it in years. So there are a lot of updates, a lot of things that I've got to relearn, a lot of things I've got to test. And all of this that I have down here, the hopper timer and all the comparator stuff and everything going on in here, I built either from memory, which this section right here I built out of memory, and then all this wiring, it probably looks a little messy to you. This was all just experimentation until I got it to right about where I needed it. So that's how I'm working all this. Yeah, that's how I'm working all this. But how this is working, the timer, dependent on which of these has blocks in it, it'll send this redstone block back and forth, and that's what controls the timer. That's also what I'm pulling signal out of. So when the block is over here, these are going to be powered. I think, no, I just have them powered outright right now from this. I did have a torch here that had it locked, but I guess I removed that at some point. When this is here, the chamber is going to be in kill mode. These pistons are going to be up and the lights up there are going to be off. They're turned on right now though. And the other input is right here. I had to pull it out of the bottom because I couldn't run another line right here off of this block, so I had to go down. Next to this block that the redstone is on is a repeater, pulling a signal out into this torch up here, cross the line, into that torch, and then straight up. So it's all really simple stuff. Yeah, I say really simple. It took me hours to figure this stuff all back out. I probably should have just watched a tutorial, but that's not how I do things. So I'm going to keep working on this. I'll update you guys soon enough, and hopefully when this is working. So I'll get back to this. Alright guys, so I've done some work. I guess I've beautified it, you could say, inside. I put stone brick on the walls and cobblestone on the ground. I finished up everything down in here. So now this all should be completely functional. I still have to test it, but this should work. These will let the water out. It'll fall down, hit the block here, go 8 blocks this way, stop here. This one will drop down here, go 8 blocks this way, fall down here, and then go all the way in there. I know that this water stream works because I have tested this separately, just like this. And I know that these should work. I'm gonna break these torches because it's gonna knock them out anyways, because I've tested this and water goes right where it should. Now I know that this isn't going to be as efficient as it was for pushing the spiders, but that wasn't the point of this. The point of this was to stop the clogging up in this area, and as you can see, I've got a water blade up there. It's hard to see, but it is flowing, and just ignore the fence gates because they're all out of whack. I kind of messed up placing them. But aside from this, I'm gonna put down a couple more torches so nothing spawns right now. I have had a couple things spawn in here already. I've got the bubble vader, not pretty or anything yet, and this is all temporary and messed up right now. But I've got this set up so that the spiders go from down in here where they'll fall into that stream, going straight up a bubble vader onto a stream right here. And this is a half block below, so I should be safe here and I should be able to hit the spiders just fine. I've got a lever hooked up right now to a torch that will send the signal down to this redstone dust that runs down here. It's really quick and sloppy the way I set it up, but it all works, and this should all function exactly how I want it to, because when signal stops being sent to this torch, I'll light this up, send a signal to this torch, and turn this one off, which will stop sending signal this way and into these, which will unlock the clock. It should be over here. I'm gonna we'll give that a try and just see if that works out. It should be fine. Maybe. Yeah, that should work fine. But either way, this runs over here and up. It bypasses this torch that gets a signal from here, from the clock. So no matter what happens when I flip that lever, it will turn on the lights up top. Closed off this passage. That's not important. But all I am hoping to see when I flip this lever is these lights turn off, basically. This gate might open up. Actually, it probably will. If it doesn't, I may have to move that redstone block on my own, but it will probably open up. Actually, I'm going to collect my torches now. I'll leave one down here just so that it's a little nicer for the video. It should be easier to see. But this should theoretically all turn on all at once. And hopefully no spiders attack me. Although now that I'm thinking about this, these are going to be a problem. Because I'm probably not going back down in here, so let me just do something about this. Now that should all be fine. So when I flip this lever right now, those lights should turn off, and those will hopefully, well, if the lights turn off, those should stay up actually. Thinking about this, yes. So if those stay on and those go down, then I'll know that the block, the redstone block over there, moved. But those should just turn off. And they're still on. So I've clearly messed something up. Let me place a block there so that the spiders are less likely to come out in the event that they do come out. This turned on, this goes over, turns that off. These should be, oh, they are running. It just hasn't swapped yet. So does that mean that this is flipped around backwards? Huh. Let me turn that lever back on and lock everything up. Well, I hear everything switched around. Yeah, it's not supposed to do that. Well, the lock works. I think it's because that redstone block was out of place. Yeah, I'm gonna need to troubleshoot this. I'll be back. Okay, I think I figured out the problem. Those lights should still be on, so I should still be fine. There's a block here. I think this redstone was sending a signal up to the piston and causing it to send the block back. So I believe now if I put the block here, I think this is still on, yeah. So the lights won't come on, but if I put the block here, and then I go and turn on the system, everything should work. So let me go do that real quick. I think this will solve the problem. I think. Alright, so the water is coming out. That's what we want. Now, when I flip this switch, I want the lights to turn off. And that... No, I guess it's in the state where the lights would stay on. I'll flip the switch and I'll watch it. Yeah, I'll just watch it for a second, and I'll when it changes, I'll cut back. Oh, there go the pistons. Are the lights gonna change? It doesn't look like it. Well, I know the clock's running at least. Now I need to figure out what's causing that to not work. Once I solve that, it should work properly. You see, this is the problem. I was being so safe with the whole system that I forgot that I had locked these lights on permanently with a lever so that I couldn't start spawning the spiders accidentally. But me being me, I forgot that I left a lever here. So I'll just break that real quick. And now... Yeah, there we go. Now they're spawning. Yep, there they are down there. Gonna want to block that up quick. Oh. Hey, we got spiders. Now, is he one hit? No. No. Nope. Not even close. I'm surprised he made it up there that quickly, actually. And, of course, the XP isn't coming out. So clearly, I've got some troubleshooting to do still. But I'm just gonna give it a second and wait for the clock to change again and see if I start getting more spiders. There's one. So they're wandering in there on their own, which is something. Is he a one hit? No, 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 no. He was only a couple. Yeah, I'm gonna need to mess with this for a little while. But I think that's gonna be the episode for today. This took me a lot longer than I thought it was going to. And it is technically working right now, but there's a lot of bugs in the system that I gotta work out. So I'll probably do that on my own. And when I figure that out, I'll update you guys all on this and tell you what's going on. Now, I did see that there is light coming in through here, so I'm just gonna block that off. I'm not sure if that's actually gonna affect the mob spawn rates up top, but I'm just being safe. You can see there's another spider in there. But anyways, that's it for today, guys. I hope you enjoy the video, and I'll see you guys next time.